Hi everyone, welcome back. We are going to do a bunch of really fun things today in this video. First of all, I'm going to show you how to dip using a dense foil flaky glitter dip. Yep, it is crazy chock full of everything. And then I'm going to show you how to chrome with no gel products. That's right, none. This is the dip we're going to be using on 3 of our nails. This is Widowmaker from Dipomania, and it is chock-a-block full of everything. Then we're going to use Calliope on the middle finger and thumb. We're going to do 2 dips of this, and then we're going to chrome it, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So we're going to use some products from Maniology as well. These are the sticky base coat and the smudge-free top coat. Yep, that's what we're going to use to chrome. Though some of this might be a little time consuming, it is a pretty simple process, and I am super excited to show you how to get this look using these products. I am also going to share with you where I learned this chroming process. So let's get right into it. First thing that I am going to do is I am going to apply this really dense foil slash flaky slash glitter dip. When you're using a dip powder that is this densely packed with, and I keep saying the word densely because OMG, it is full of stuffs. So as you can see here, I'm pouring over my first layer, and as you can see, there is a lot of really fine glitter in there. It is not just acrylic powder being used as a filler. There's actually glitter. So you're gonna get that effect mixed in there along with some really beautiful opalescent flakies that are in there, as well as the black foils. Okay, so this is a combination of different materials that create this look. So the first layer I'm pouring over, and that is so that, okay, so I don't know if you guys are really familiar with using foils in a dip powder, but my experience is that when you dip straight into or lay your finger into a foil dip powder, and you do 2 layers that way, it can get kind of thick and really bulky. So I like to pour over the first layer so that whatever the small bits are, you know, the glitters, the flakies, whatever they are, they can stick to your nail as your base, right? And then, like I am now, I will then go in with my second layer and I will lay my finger flat into it to pick up some of the foils. Because especially with this powder, you don't want your entire nail to be covered in those black foils, because then it'll cover up the effect of the opal flakies and that iridescent glitter. So that's why I'm doing that, and I'm going to do this on all 3 nails exactly the same way. I'm not going to explain too much about that because it's pretty self-explanatory as you watch me do it, but I just wanted to explain why I was pouring over first and then laying my finger in flat. And I lay my finger in instead of like dipping into the jar, simply because I feel that I get a more even application that way. So after I lay my finger flat into the powder, I am going to use my other finger to sort of press the foils flat onto the nail. This way, when I encapsulate, there won't be any lumps or bumps. And if you find that there are any spots that need a little bit more coverage, you can individually place foils as I just did. Now, I did, out of laziness, just use my bare finger to press the foils down, but if you prefer to not get dip base and whatnot all over your finger, you can use either a small baggie or you can use one of those finger protectors that you can get at the Dollar Tree. But I was just being lazy and used my bare finger, but you don't have to do that. Okay, now it is my preference to encapsulate all of my foil dips in a layer of clear acrylic. And the reason is that just like with chunky glitters, you know, you can file into those foils if you're not careful. And this just kind of encapsulates it and gives it that glassy effect. And I really prefer that over any of my chunky foils, glitters, etc. In fact, let me clarify. I encapsulate everything in clear. And the reason is I am an aggressive filer. I really use my hand file especially to perfect my shape, and because of that, I like to use a layer of clear just to protect my color so that I don't file into it and ruin my nails. So that's my spiel on that. The other thing I want to mention is, as you can see, I am wiping my base brush on a lint-free wipe in between each layer of dip over this these foils because they do bleed. The black foils unfortunately do bleed, and it can get all over your base brush, as you can see, but there is a fix for that. It doesn't really affect the way that the clear acrylic, the clear dip powder applies. So when I am done with this, I am going to wipe my brush off completely, and then I am going to soak it for about 5 to 10 minutes in a brush saver. And when it comes out, the staining's gone, and then I can put it back into my base liquid and not worry about contamination. So I just wanted to mention that. Now I'm going to go in and dip out 2 layers of calliope, which is, okay, so calliope is a beautiful, gorgeous color, but it is a special powder for several reasons. 1, it is chromable. 2, it is a chameleon, so it has a shift to it. 3, it is also a magnetic powder. Now, this is something that I am still playing around with because the best way to use the magnetic effect with these powders is to use gel liquids. Now, as I've mentioned many times, I have a gel sensitivity, so I am exploring ways to use these magnetic powders without using gel. I will get back to you on that. It's still in the works. So, but they are stunning, these powders, and calliope is just gorgeous with Widowmaker. So, but we're going to use it as a chrome powder today. But I'm going to dip out 2 layers of it first, and then I'm going to encapsulate it in clear, activate everything. Off camera, I'm going to file and shape my nails, but when I come back, I'm going to show you how to chrome this powder. Now, I'm going to explain to you where I learned this technique. I think it was last week or maybe just a few days ago, before I recorded this video. Chelsea from SipAndDip, if you're not familiar with her, I will link her channel and her video down in the description box. But she did a video where she did sort of a, Hailey Bieber nail using no gel liquids, and she used some eyeshadow to chrome. Now, I'm not using eyeshadow and I'm not doing Hailey Bieber nails, but I used her technique, her no gel technique, to do this chroming. So I will explain all of that to you, but I want to say thank you so much to Chelsea for uploading that video because I am super excited to try this and very excited to share it with all of you because I know a lot of you, like me, have gel allergies but still love the look of a chromed nail. So this is one way to get that look without the risk of having a reaction. So I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to encapsulate and clear. When I come back, my nails will be filed and shaped and we'll be ready to get into this chroming process. Okay, the first step to this is to apply the base coat. I'm using the sticky base coat from 𝕤𝕤𝕟𝕼𝕼. This may not be a necessary step. Chelsea mentioned using a base coat because it helps smooth out the surface of the nail and helps with a smoother application. So I'm gonna go with that, and I'm gonna apply this sticky base coat, and I'm gonna let it dry 100%. You have to make sure that this is fully dry, because you are going to be rubbing chrome into your nail, and if anything is still wet, it's gonna smudge and look not good. So I'm gonna apply that. While it is drying, I am gonna top coat, I'm gonna activate, and then I'm gonna top coat the other 3 nails with Widowmaker. So that's what we're gonna do. Then I'm going to explain the next steps in the chroming process. Yep, I had to zoom in a little bit so that you could actually see the dimension in this color. Oh my gosh, look at the dimension in Widowmaker when I apply this glossy top coat. Breathtaking, just breathtaking. So I'm gonna finish that. I just had to say how gorgeous and dimensional this dip is. The combination of all of these glitters and foils and flakies, just love it. All right, now the next step in the chroming process is to apply a smudge-free top coat. This is the one from 𝕤𝕤𝕟𝕼𝕼. I'm sure other companies have water-based smudge-free top coats, but this right here is the necessary product for non-gel chroming. So I'm gonna apply a thin, even layer of this, and I'm going to then again wait for it to fully dry. It cannot be even the least bit wet or tacky, because when you rub the chrome powder in, it could smudge the top coat, and we don't want that. Okay, now that the top coat is fully dry, I zoomed in a little bit so that you could see how this works. I'm gonna take a sponge applicator and I am going to dip it into the dip powder, chrome powder, whatever it is that you're using to chrome with. Chelsea used eyeshadow. I'm using this dip powder called Calliope from Dipomania, and I'm just gonna rub it in to that smudge-free top coat. And as you can see, it chromes. Look at that, beautiful. So I'm going to do the same exact thing on my thumb, and then we are going to use the smudge-free top coat again. Now the only tip that I am going to give you about that is that you want to try to float the smudge-free top coat over the chrome, simply so that the chrome powder doesn't move. If you swipe your brush on top of it, you have a chance of destroying that chrome effect. So just be careful and try to get, you know, a good bead of top coat on the end of your brush and just kind of float it along the top of the nail. So I'm going to let you watch me do that, and I'm going to let that fully dry, and then I'm going to add a little step that Chelsea didn't do in her video, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. Here's what I'm going to do next, and this is something that Chelsea did not do, but this is what I prefer to do. I am going to activate over the top of the smudge-free top coat. Then I'm going to let the activator fully dry, and then I'm going to apply my dip top coat. This is a personal preference. This is something that I prefer to do simply because I like the feel and strength of a dip top coat. Nail polish over my dip powder does not last very long. I have done it with regular matte nail polish, and it eventually does start to peel away and chip at the free edge. So I prefer to use a dip top coat over the top of the smudge-free top coat, and it lasts a lot longer. There's no chipping. It's just a better option for me. And because you have the smudge-free top coat over the chrome, applying the dip top coat doesn't affect the chrome at all. I'm going to finish applying my dip top coat, and then I will come back and we'll wrap it all up. Here's the final look. I am in love. I am so excited that I now have a no gel option for chroming. I love this color. Oh my gosh. The shift is beautiful. In this light, you see one shift, but in other lights, it's more like a pinky gold. I can't even describe. The Calliope is gorgeous. And Widowmaker, hot damn, that is a beautiful dimensional foil flaky glitter dip. I'm just in love with this whole thing. So I'm going to apply my my cuticle oil like I always do, because rehydrating is important. So talk to me. What do you think of this process? Would you try it? If you have a gel allergy, have you found other ways to chrome? I have tried the Sally Hansen products for chroming and was just really disappointed in the outcome. It was not good. Maybe I just wasn't doing it right, but I did not like it. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did and you'd like to see more content like this, please hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye now.